Check it. Hey, welcome back to the Black and Gold Standard podcast. And today we want to talk about the running back prospects. So this will be it for the offense. And this is actually a position that a lot of people is kind of overlooking with the Steelers. But just with the amount of picks that the Steelers have, I could almost see the Steelers using not anything early, maybe a fourth round pick, depending on the guy, one of the fourth round picks, or maybe a fifth round pick, and going running back and taking a running back. I mean, again, this is a position that you gotta have. To me, you need to draft every year, or at least bring in a free agent, undrafted free agent. I just think a body needs to be bought in every year at the running back position, because these guys get hurt. Just depends on what your thinking is. I mean, most teams, until they get a guy that they really, really feel like he's the man, that a team is going to pay a running back. I mean, the Steelers have paid their guys, but I'm talking about give like a free agent, their free agent running back, re-sign them, give them big money. So you just never know. I mean, it's and actually, and like I say, this running back class really doesn't get talked about a lot. But it's some good guys here. Maybe not so much guys that it's a few guys that I think will become starters, but definitely guys that's going to give you depth, and guys that I feel like could definitely come in here in Pittsburgh and challenge number three. And like I say, Kaleb Johnson, I just think at this point, I think he needs to just prove that he can scave off whatever competition that the Steelers give him. And what I would do, I would definitely give him competition. And also, he would have to know, and I'm quite sure he's been told, if you're the number 3 back, you got to be able to play special teams. You got to run down there and make some tackles, and so not that I'm really giving up on Johnson, but I just think that he has to earn his position. He has to earn his roster spot. And so I mean, he was a 3rd round pick, in which I don't see the Steelers at this point taking a guy that early. So he would definitely have the upper hand just of what the team have invested in him. But I just want him to compete. I don't want that. I don't want that roster spot just to be given to him. Come out, compete. Like I say, maybe the Steelers draft the guy, or they sign a guy as an undrafted free agent. I think they will bring in another running back. And like I say, Johnson, hey, you got to pull your sleeves up, and you got to fight for your spot. And if you want that spot, and if you feel like you deserve that spot in training camp, you go out and you show it. So all your weaknesses that he may have had in the blocking game, and just maybe not understanding the offense, he's kind of starting off new. He'll be starting off new like all these other guys will. So with that said, let's kind of get into it. But like I say, it could definitely be a position that everybody is looking over. And when I look at everybody's mock draft, is I haven't really seen because I haven't me personally. I don't think I've taken one, but everybody mock draft. You haven't seen the Steelers take a running back, and I think that's wide open, especially with the amount of picks that they have. Now, if they were limited picks, I could almost say, yeah, I don't really see the Steelers going running back. But with the picks they have, they could definitely take a chance on somebody. What we got here? What's up, Dwayne? Hey, fam, if the Steelers get a running back, Johnson can start packing. Yeah, I mean, first of all, it depends on who, and we about to go over this list in a minute. It is a couple of guys on here that will be in the Steelers ballpark of getting that. Yeah, Johnson may can start packing, but like I say, I'm quite sure he's starting off fresh, so he's gonna get his opportunity. He's gonna give opportunity. I don't think they just gonna just get rid of him that quick. But yeah, it's a couple of guys on here that I think the Steelers could actually draft. That yes, I would agree. Um, they would definitely send Johnson packing, and probably, believe it or not, maybe not this year, but moving forward, will probably make one of the one or two guy that we have right now, which would be in Dowell and Warren, maybe have one of those guys packing. But let's get right into it. And so these are my top 10 prospects. And like I said, running back is just a kind of forgotten position that I think a lot of Steeler fans are kind of overlooking. But it's some talented guys here. It's some talented guys here. So right here, Jamari Taylor, um, play at West Virginia. I mean, excuse me, not West Virginia, Virginia. 5'10", 199 pounds, 4.6340. He's a guy, a scat back. He's kind of a scat back type. He can give you some special teams, definitely as a returner. Not a guy that I would say that he would challenge for being the number one back, but he's definitely a guy that who could make the roster and be your number three back. I mean, like he catches the ball well. Um, Not as fast, not a really a home run type hitting guy, especially for that size. So he's really not a bruiser, but he's just a good football player. He's a good football player. Now this is the guy. If the Steelers get him in the fifth round or whatever, and he comes in here and Johnson beats him out, and Steelers can put him on the practice squad, I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with that. I wouldn't have a problem with that. But I mean, he brings some tools to the table, and like you said here, he's gonna be a backup. He's gonna be a backup type guy. Um, he has the receiving skills, which is huge, which Johnson really doesn't do very well. He's a good receiver. He's willing to pass protect. Like I say, he's not a big guy, so that may be a problem. But he's a guy that could actually stay on the field, and you really don't have to take him off because, like I say, he can catch the ball, and the Steelers, to be honest, is going to be kind of looking for that type of guy. So this is a kid that I don't know if the Steelers could take him in the fifth round. This is a guy that could give Johnson some competition on a roster spot. Seth McGowan, 6 foot, 223 pounds. He ran a 4.49 at the combine. Another guy, another guy that can definitely come in and be a number three. I don't know how much special teams has he ever played, and probably, to be honest, most of these guys have not played special. I mean, they probably started off playing special teams, maybe their freshman year or maybe their sophomore year, but I'm quite sure most of these guys haven't played special teams in a couple of years. So it would just depends on if they could come in and be a special teams guy. Because like I say, to me, if you to be the number three running back and to get a helmet every week, I think you have to definitely be a special teams guy. And I think McGowan is that type of guy. Um, Again, a solid runner. Another guy that I could see that could go in the fourth, fifth round. Um, just another guy that's going to come in here and compete. And we'll have to see. He's kind of downhill runner. Nothing really special about him. Again, he could be anywhere from fifth round to six or seven, and I think he will get drafted. I don't think he'll be a undrafted free agent, but I could see him being like at the tail end of the draft. But again, another guy that the Steelers would maybe take a look at. Demond Claiborne, another then this guy he's another little scat back, but this guy can run. He's 5'10", 188 pounds, so he's a little guy, kind of a little guy, but he ran a 4.37. Could definitely be a returner. Um, so that could be his special teams deal, because like I say, the Pittsburgh Steelers got to be in desperate need of a kick returner, punt returner, desperate need of those type of guys. And that's an important part of the game. Again, Claiborne is going to be more of your scat back type of guy, but he's a guy that can hit it and change it at being a change of pace. So if you get a fistful of Dowell, then you're dealing with Jalen Warren, and maybe you want to take a series and give it to a kid like this that's going to be fresh legs, and he hit that corner, he could be gone. He could be gone. I mean, as you can see, he could turn a 5 yard gain to a 20 yard chunk play because he has that type of ability. But also, like I said, he's going to bring returner ability, which you see it right there that could earn him a roster spot. So this is the kid again. You could get him in the back half of the draft, but he brings some tools that will be needed here in Pittsburgh. And again, this is the guy that I feel like would give Johnson a some competition. Will definitely give him some competition. And this is the guy that could really have a chance to come here in Pittsburgh and play, and earn a roster spot. All right, let's keep it going. Caden Allen. This is one of the Penn State running backs. 5'11", 216 pounds, 4.55. So he kind of not really a big bruiser type, but he runs hard. He runs hard. Um, you know, Again, fourth round guy. Um, he's not gonna really now. Could he develop into a starter? Maybe, but he's just gonna be a guy that definitely. Um, if you're looking for a third back, he could definitely fit that role. Um, we just have to see what his blocking and all that type stuff will end up being. But this is he's a like I say, he ain't that big, but he runs very, very physical. Runs very physical. And he's a punisher between the tackles. So he's a guy that could come in and maybe, he could come in here and steal a spot. So it's gonna be it's gonna be very interesting, because like I say, some of these guys here are these are pretty good running backs. And like I say, I don't know what it is, but a lot of these guys are really not getting any type of love, and I can see almost all these guys, this whole top 10, being on rosters next year. I mean, a lot of them won't be high draft picks, but I can see all these guys making rosters for sure. And I ain't really talking practice squad guys. I think these guys, they go to the right situations. All these guys can be on rosters. Nicholas Singleton, 6 foot, 219 pounds, ran a 4.39 at the combine. This is another guy. Um, just a good guy to bring into camp. See what you can get out of him. Um, he's a guy that could definitely maybe make a roster. So we'll have to see what he could do. He has some nagging injuries, which could be a concern. But he's a guy that again could definitely make a roster. Um, and another guy that's going to be like a fourth round pick, somewhere around in there, fourth, fifth round pick. The Steelers have 2 fourth round picks. I think they only got one. I don't even think they have a fifth. Then I think they got 1 6, and then they got like 3 7th round picks. It's something like that. But you never know. He could be a guy that they could definitely take a chance on, and we'll see. Now we starting to move into some guys that have a shot of really coming into teams and being number ones, and well, maybe not so much number ones, but definitely number twos. Now these guys are definitely going to make squads. And right here you got Jadarian Price, 5'11", 203 pounds, ran a 4.49. Good running back. I mean, think about it. If Jeremiah Love wasn't on the roster, he would definitely have been Notre Dame's number one guy. I give a kid credit for sticking it out and staying at Notre Dame, because in this era, guys transfer, so he would have definitely been a guy that maybe could have transferred and moved on. So it's just it's gonna be. I guess his combine wasn't so great. Um, his tape shows one story of disciples. Ooh, so he's a guy that I think again could definitely come into a team and compete. Again, I think he's gonna be a high fourth round pick. But I think teams, if he goes to the right situation, this could be a guy that could eventually move himself up and challenge. I mean, I don't know if he would be a number one back, but definitely be a number two, and that kind of change of pace and getting 5 to 10 carries a game. So he's a guy that again you got to look at and see what the Steelers would be thinking. Is he a possibility to get drafted by the Steelers? Absolutely. And like I say, I think all these guys are definitely going to end up getting drafted. Now, Johanna Coleman, this kid, 5'10", 220, 4.50. This is a bowling ball. So imagine a bowling ball and somebody is roll the bowling ball at you and you got to stop it. I mean, that would be a painful thing. And this is the way this kid runs. This kid runs hard, and you talking about will run you over. This is the kid that could do it. And now he's going to come in definitely. He's definitely going to be a fourth to maybe even a late third if a team, Pittsburgh Steelers, but I don't think the Steelers will go that high with a running back. But a team that got an extra late third round pick, and needs a definitely a number two back, but somebody that they maybe could feel like down the road could transition and be a number one back. This is where, to me, this is where it starts. These next guys could all come in, and maybe, well, except for one, but maybe not this year. But these guys got the potential of coming in and being number one backs. And this guy is hard to tackle, very hard to tackle. Um, he's a bowling ball. He's basically a bowling ball. So this is a guy that I can say, um, I don't know how much special teams he's not going to be a return or anything like that, but he's a tough guy. So can he run down and cover kicks? Maybe so. But this is a kid that I think, if he gets in the right system, and it says right here, zone heavy offense, he's a natural fit. So this is a kid that could definitely, if he gets it in, at the right spot, he could go in there and win him a job. All right, Emmett Johnson, Nebraska, 5'10", 202 pounds, only ran a 4.56 40. Another workhorse. This is a workhorse running back. This is a kid that's going to come in. He's going to be a number two. He's definitely going to be that. And again, he's the same type. This is a guy that could come in, learn the game a little bit more, maybe get his blocking and stuff right. Because most of the time, this what holds rookie running backs back is their blocking. Because you got to be able to block. And with these defenses now, especially when the defense knows a rookie back there in that backfield, they're going to come with all kinds of stuff, try to confuse you. And so the blocking is huge with rookie running backs. But if you can get that, this guy is definitely going to end up being a starting running back. I think, again, you could get him late in the third, early fourth, maybe. This will be a kid, if the Steelers were to draft him, Johnson would definitely have to watch out. Because, yeah, Emmett Johnson could actually push Kaleb Johnson off the roster. So this is where it start. If I'm Johnson and if I hear this name called, man, you might want to start talking to your agent and trying to find somewhere else to go. Because if they would invest in him, they got big plans for him. And then, like I say, this is a kid that would definitely push Johnson off the roster this year, and moving forward, maybe the other two guys in front of him, he push one of them off too. So this is the trouble zone, I would say. This would be the trouble zone for Mr. Johnson if the Steelers decided to go running back and draft this kid. Now, this is my number one sleeper in the draft, and he may not be, at least to the to the coaches in the NFL, he may not be a sleeper to them. But again, this is a guy that nobody's really talking about that much. If you see the at least here in Pittsburgh, this kid is 6'1", 223 pounds, ran a 4.33 at the combine, and just blew the combine up. Mike Washington Jr., big kid. Like I say, 6'1". So he has the ability to become a great blocker. He has the ability to be a 3-down back. Now, he does have to work on catching the ball. He's not real fluid in catching the ball right now. And he has a major flaw that with any team, but definitely in the NFL, that would get you in trouble more than anything, and that's he has a fumbling issue. He has to concentrate on holding that rock, and that's one of the things that you want to get on the bad side of your position coach and definitely your head coach real fast. Start coughing that ball up. So I think he may had like 10 fumbles in his career, and that's a lot. That's a lot. So that's something that he has to fix. But this is a home run hitter, folks. I mean, if he gets in the free, ain't nobody catching him. He's gone. Adios, amigos. He's out of there. Um, he he's a home run hitter. I mean, he's that type of guy that if you give this kid, your offensive line is right, you give this kid 20 carries a game, one of them carries is going to go for some nice yards because he's going to find a crease, and when he hits that hole and hit that opening, this dude is gone. He's out of there. Um, but like I say, he has a little bit of fumbling issue a little bit, so that's a big problem. That's a big problem. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Fumbling problems, and that's something that can be rectified. Probably the way he's holding the ball, because he's big, he's strong, so it ain't like he's a weakling. But it's just a matter of staying focused, and probably like I say, the way he's holding that ball, he's gonna have to hold it up high and tight. He's probably loosely with it, and he definitely will have to get that fixed because that's something that would derail his career very fast. And I don't care how fast he runs the 40. If you're a fumbler, that's gonna put you right out this league right away. And if the Steelers were to draft him right off the bat, he's already your number one kick returner. But again, you got to be able to hold on to the ball because that's the last thing you want, to put this kid out, back there at kick returner, and he busts a 30-yard run, then gets tackled and fumbles, and then that could be a disaster. But if he can get that fixed and work on his hands a little bit and become a better receiver, man, this is a kid that if he can fix all that stuff, next year he would be your number one running back. And Dowell and Warren, and they'll just have to figure something out with them guys. He's way more talented than both of them guys. And like I say, he's a home run hitter. And that's something the Steelers ain't had a home run hitter since Willie Parker. And this is what so actually think about Willie Parker. And this is what this kid is. He's a Willie Parker, but he's a bigger Willie Parker. I mean, same type of speed. I mean, this guy can roll, but he got to be able to hold on to the ball. Got to be able to hold on to the ball. Claiborne, let me see here. Dwayne, what you got here? Claiborne would be a good replacement for Gainwell, special teams, since we lost a couple of players on special teams. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why I say it's some good football players in this running back class that a lot of people are just kind of looking over, and especially Steeler fans, because we just think the Steelers is not going to go running back. But they could absolutely, especially like I say, when you got all these picks like that, they could absolutely look at that and go that way. But like I say, Washington, I'm thinking you could get this kid. It's going to be very interesting with him. Is he a second round pick? The talents say he could be, but I just don't know. I don't really think anybody is going to pull the trigger on him in the second round, but third round for sure. for sure. Somewhere in that third round, this kid is going. He's going in that third round. The Steelers have 3 third-round picks, and if they get to a point that maybe a person they were looking at is taken, he could be a fallback. And like I say, I have no doubt, and with some good coaching and fixing a few problems that he have, getting that better ball control, he would definitely be your kick returner starting off this year. But this is a kid that probably going forward next year will probably be your number one back. And like I say, you will have a big time home run hitter. You will have speed that'll give you, hopefully we get some more speed, another speed receiver. So now you got Washington, you had DK and whatever rookie receiver maybe they have that could be a burner. You're gonna pass some big time speed out on that field, and that put a lot of pressure. That put a lot of pressure on the defense, especially if he gets to a point. If you can get Washington to a point that you can spread him out and he could, play in the slot a little bit, you cooking. So this is a guy that if the Steelers was to pull a surprise and snatch him up in the third round, you could definitely tell Johnson will be gone. He'll be out of here. So the number one guy, which everybody know, Jeremiah Love, 6 foot, 212 pounds, ran a 4.36. So Washington was faster than him. Washington had a faster 40 than him. So the only difference in Washington is bigger, faster. Like I say, Love has done it. He's done it for a couple of years where Washington haven't. But Notre Dame plays a good schedule, so you can't really go with the schedule. But the one thing that I like about Washington is he moved up. Basically talent wise, because I think he was at Buffalo or something like that. So he moved up to the SEC, and people can say what they want. The SEC, yeah, they ain't won the championship in a few years. The Big Ten has, but it's big time players all over that league, and almost every team. Like to me, that and we'll talk about that one day. I just think as a whole, I think the Big Ten is really top heavy, and what I mean by that, you got Ohio State, Michigan, whenever they somewhat being right. Now you got Indiana, who I don't know how long that's going to really last with them, but after that, everybody else is kind of. I know Ohio State when they see Purdue and Illinois and Rutgers, when they see come on, man, where in the SEC. Yeah, like Alabama is not right. That Alabama team for the last 2 years, I don't know who that is. I wouldn't be shocked if they trying to get Nick Saban to come back. But you're still dealing with Florida, you're still dealing with LSU, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, Texas. So I'm not saying these teams are championship teams, but you're dealing with teams that has talent. Maybe the coaching ain't right or whatever's going on with them, but it's always some talent out there. So, like I say, Washington, he just haven't done it enough. But he could have easily, and it may come out that he could be maybe the number one back. Like I say, he has a lot of things going for him. But right now, Love has done it. He's proven it. So he's definitely the number one back. It's really no I'm not questioning that. But this is a kid, Steelers don't have no shot. They have no shot at getting him. But I think he's gonna be a guy. He's gonna go. I think he's gonna slip a little bit. I don't think he's gonna go as high as everybody really think he's gonna go. But he's gonna definitely be top 12, probably top 12 for sure. Would he be top? I mean, he might even be top 10, but I don't think he's gonna slip no more than no lower than about 12. But that's really it. So tomorrow we will have the defensive lineman. So that's going to be a position that definitely the Pittsburgh Steelers, I believe, will be shopping and drafting somebody in that position. So thanks for joining me. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. I don't know where you're at in the country, but here in Ohio, we got the most diabolical bipolar weather ever. It was, I think Saturday was almost like 80 degrees, and then yesterday it was in the 40s, and the day is in the 30s, and it actually was snowing. So I don't know what's going on. It seemed like this whole world is just upside down. But thank you, Claude. But like I say, just keep an eye on these running backs, because, like I say, nobody's really looking at the Steelers going running back. But I think it's a possibility they could definitely do that. And like I say, right now, if I'm Mr. Johnson, I'm working my tail off. I think the Steelers come in tomorrow. I think players come in tomorrow for mini camp or OTAs. I think it's just voluntary. But if I'm Johnson, I don't miss a session. I know it's, like I say, it's voluntary. I'm there every day. I'm with the running back coach and getting whatever he needs me to do, um, whatever he think I need to improve on, because I think you're gonna have to fight. You're gonna have to fight for your position. You're gonna have to fight for your roster spot. So with that said, you guys take care, and I will talk to you tomorrow. And like I say, we'll be talking defensive linemen. So it'll be a little bit more exciting. It'll be a little bit more, you know, talking about guys that I think the Steelers would definitely be in the runnings to draft. So until then, take care. I'm out.